no other way we could say it. Someone TV Media, you already know, say P. And like I said, I really just want to get right back to it and let our people know we're going to have to make a decision. And it's from 2015 and beyond. We're going to have to make a decision. And that decision is, we know that we're going to be profiled. And to be honest, we know that those in higher power and those who are in competitive positions, some of them, not all, some of them are in fear of the black man. And this is the problem that we're having on this planet here. It's the fear of the people of color. That extends to the Mexicans. That extends to the Indians. That extends to all people of color. We're not the only people of color. Let's stop this trying to really destroy my people with a war of words that is perpetuated on our people through media. Yeah, I said the media. The various talk shows who have no connection to the real world because they're being chauffeured right down to the loft on whatever street, State Street, Michigan Street, some $100,000 house somewhere you're living off and you're not even connected to what's going on. That's not the way it's supposed to be. We got people who are not being held accountable for crimes. We have the prosecution exactly showing that we cannot get no equality of law. We also have a Supreme Court who, if they fail in their responsibility and obligation, their duty to this country to uphold what is the law, then you are asking, and you will be held liable for destroying this country and turning it into whatever you're trying to turn it into. But you will be held accountable for these things. I'm not talking here on this earth because you don't have to believe in God. You don't have to believe in the Most High. I don't even care if you do or you don't. But you are being noticed now. We are the people, and you will be held liable. It's not about a civil claim. It's not about a criminal prosecution. That's the earth's arena. Where your soul suffers or where your soul flies and carry on is more important to me and my people and our God. So you dictate the law, just know the responsibility that comes with that. And I'm pretty sure you do. And I hope the continued fraud that you perpetrate on the people will be exposed as we move forward. Die hard, sovereign nation. We come in peace, and we come to grab and free our brothers. Those who want to be a part of what we're standing on it now. The United States Corporation and whatever they want to do, let them do them. I think it was in a quote in the Bible where Jesus said, give what is owed to Caesar, and give what is owed to God, to God. And this is what we're doing. Enough has been paid to Caesar. I'm looking at another man being strangled to death here in New York. 12-year-old shot in Cleveland. And you trying to tell me that there is no racial profiling going on. There's no economic profiling, because it's getting to the point now, if you even live in these kind of conditions, whether you're white or whatever color, you will be treated as a person of color because you live in the community. And white people will testify and can attest to these same situations and plights that we're going through. This is not just black people standing out there marching. I hope you know that. So don't ever make it seem as if we're trying to perpetuate a race war within us and the police. This is about what is lawful. You're not going to continue to shoot our people down in the streets. You're not going to continue not to equalize the law out to the your white counterparts, and yes, I'm going on to actually name ethnic groups because we don't see this nowhere else. We don't see this nowhere else. And anyone that brings these things up, where do you hear about a white man being shot? They say, well, white, they don't do this stuff. Well, check your local schools. Nobody's discussing nobody's turning that into a race issue like, hey, well, why is all these white people shooting up schools? You see what I'm saying? Nobody's saying that, right? But when something that our people do is being looked at and under the microscope as if it is the grand larceny, and it's not fair to the people if we cannot find a remedy within the law that gives us relief. And when you have a situation like that, when you cannot find remedy, you cannot establish, you cannot get relief from the remedy, you are trying to provoke the people into anarchy. You're trying to provoke the people into destroying the city. You're trying to provoke the people into doing whatever it is you need to do to establish whatever is the agenda behind the reason in which you allow these things to exist when you have the power. You just wrote an executive order, man, to move a mountain for the Mexicans. People wrote in legislation when the gay people wanted to have rights. It's not about just the legislation, because if it was that easy, it already been done. We're looking at cameras. We already see it was cameras there when the man got choked out. It's cameras there when they shoot the 12-year-old. Let's be serious. Come on, man. And then you say, well, we're going to train them. You cannot train people who are not from. You cannot train a tiger to be a lion and send them off in there to the lions just thinking because you raised them you take a baby lion and you make him your own and you raise him in your own crib and you forget that this is a wild animal at the end of the day. So if you're not a wild animal as well, you liable to be caught up in some stuff no matter how friendly you think you are, because you are not of the same very nature. And I think we could take a lesson from nature, because they seem to get along just fine when they stay in each other's territory, and for the few parts where they do go after each other through a food cycle, it is a part of nature. But what you're doing is not a part of nature. This is over-aggressive law enforcement, and you are trying to provoke the people into what? Bearing arms against you? Because I won't be afraid to say it, because this is the only thing left that I could see. What would the police be trying to provoke the people for? And don't tell me about no training, Obama. I don't want to hear about we're going to go over training, because if people not paying attention, I just think was it a year, 2 years ago? I give it a 3-year window span. We was just discussing police training when y'all was militarizing all of their training, which is the reason why they jump off pistol like they're in urban warfare. It was you who implemented the psychological training just about 1 to 3 years ago. Now you're telling me another training is required? For what now? It cannot happen. It cannot happen at this point. And at this point, I don't think we're going to be looking forward to anything peaceful coming out of this. And I think it'll be in our best interest to find ways that we can destroy what you're standing on, destroy the revenue that you generate off of the people, and find the remedy within the law that allows us to file a civil claim against every single one of you. Because I think it's time to start pulling every single one of you bonds. Start teaching the people how to conduct themselves within the law. And if not, to be represented by people who are authorized to be representatives of those persons, so that they can get a better understanding of the law without fraud. So I'm on TV Media, man. I guess I'm going to catch y'all later.